We're back. Okay, so I can't go that way. Or maybe I can. No, can't go that way. So where am I supposed to go? I just keep going this way, I guess. Alright. Every time it does that, it makes me think that the monster is nearby. What do we call it? Can't go that way. But it doesn't seem like it's much of a threat, like, I've noticed that. Wait, can I go in here? I can't. I didn't realize it. I probably missed a note. In the nest of eggs. Through pennies, sixpence, sparrows, and doves, see all the angels a weeping above. There's no more forgiving, there's no one to save. For today, darling, Leela goes into her grave. Oh god. Alright. Bruised and battered, but alive. I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle. But I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge. Drain the flood. Free your children.
What? Quickly, Mandus. Find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise.
Well. But see, how does he know unless he's the one doing it? Like, I just don't understand. In order to facilitate a simulation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells would not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae, I can't say that, to 1 part organ monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Wow. I don't know if I can move that. Oh wait. Ah yes, the skull. Okay. Another note. There is clearly another passage beyond the locked gate. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Well, isn't there this compound that I was talking about that could melt through metal or whatever? I love how I can just move those. Where's this corrosive that I can use? That's cool. Get out of my way, chair. It's so weird. You just throw chairs. Glasses. Yes. I seem to have plenty of glasses. Okay. In some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, it is positively reeks of the foul fluids I've seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. Okay. Well, I seem to have two pathways that I can take. Let's see. Low temperature storage. Holding pens. Let's go to the holding pens. Something tells me I'm not gonna find anything pleasant down here. Hey, back up! Hey, back up! Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding of their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes, and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing gas. I hear the dull groan of as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk among them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engine to make my own blood flow again. Yeah, that's creepy.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hawk, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Well then. So wait. How am I supposed to get in there? Oh, I came from here and I went straight. Oh, obviously I need to go down. Oh wait, no. Okay, so what pure abominations? I guess when he comes back this way. I guess he saw me.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnel. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
You know, these guys aren't really as threatening as I would have expected them to be. Okay, so yeah, I go this way. Really, I guess if I come across them, as long as I don't have a light. I should be fine. God. Okay, I feel like my kids are dead. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with the strychnine. After the expected convulsions and spasms, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced, however, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in an acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning, perhaps, yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Okay. It's weird I couldn't go that way. Oh. Alright. I had to take a drink there. See, another note. I thought there was something. Alright. Oh, okay, I thought I did see another note. No, I'm back in this room. So, now... I don't think I've really gained anything from being that way. Have I?
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
That just seems crude. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and after, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement. My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it, and I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple enter me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, pushed them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are the nails are all weepy and falling apart. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not all can take the change on the not all of us can take the change. I'm like just a million miles an hour right now. On the other table, a beast under the blanket. See, that doesn't look like a comma. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Oh. I think I was supposed to do send something. Oh God! Run! Run, you bastard! Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. Okay. So I think I need to go back to the holding pens, right? There's clearly something I missed back this way. Okay, here I took the call. See, these are perfectly good hiding spots now that I see it. Oh, okay. I was supposed to grab one of these and... Okay. What am I supposed to do with this? I guess I'm supposed to go back up there with it. Alright. I have the compound. It hisses and steams on its container like some living thing, which is jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with this so-called compound X. I should investigate further for clues. Right now, probably wouldn't be the best time, but hey. Oh. Oh. Ow. Oh. Interesting concept. Interesting concept. I love it.
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
Oh, wrong one. Wrong button. Ugh! This leaking world. All the nails and no wood. What kind of carpenter are you now? That figure cannot help but open its arms to you. Where is the strength in that? Alright, let's see.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I will have to find a local sluice pumps to drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded the tunnels, though? What did he hope to achieve? God. Okay. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for debroiling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler or a series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at a constantly low temperature, which controls operations of the process product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality. I'm just having such a hard time to read. And this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirement for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection, regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. There's a lot to read. So basically, if I go in the water, I'm a dead man. I see. Okay. I gotcha. The sluice gate 1. So I need to go this way. Oh. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't step in that. That would have been bad. Is there anything in there? Oh, no. Okay. Get out of my way. Surprised I haven't got a call yet. Okay. Several of the old forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Calm, and I am no Eliu, or Eliu. I don't know. At least not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. That made no sense. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do at the center of the doorway where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by the freezing temperature of those towers. Up here, where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated and their duality tears them asunder, as the other place flies from their cells and their vita splinters. They live sporadically, tour from one world to the other and back again in violent and unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds, they are creatures of this world, then they turn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts, and fear of spite. Well, you know, it's like you created them, right? I would imagine. Well, yeah.
Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
Oh, so he is probably one of the ones that do this. So I feel like I'll be going through that door. Okay, I had no idea if I could or not. I don't know if you guys can see anything. I'm not gonna turn on my flashlight because I have no idea how close this creature is. And knowing how dangerous he is. I mean, he's not that much of a danger still. That's probably where I have to go next, don't I? Well, from what I've noticed, the water went down a little bit, so that's good. It's a good sign. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Have I been here before? No. But there's nothing here for me anyways. Oh yeah, I have been here before. That's where I fell. Okay. So I opened up this gate. Now I'm gonna have to open up gate number 2.
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one.
Mr. Landis, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer, this visionary with whom you embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return?
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Seems like I was a pretty interesting fellow. But how? I mean, it seems like I've kind of had a change of heart. Considering circumstances. Okay. And I said, "Look, my darlings, can you see it?" And they said, "Yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. The tall, weathered cap of steep sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt. Stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about, intertwined the stucco serpents that thrive above the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgot. And this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead, and here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was they could simply not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling upon them. Interesting. That's done it. Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again and move onwards. The waters are pushed back, making the way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of this filthy torrent back to the Thames where it belongs and clear the path to the center of the machine. Jeez.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
This poor fish. Oh, so this is like a decontamination chamber. Okay, I get it. I didn't understand before, but now I do. That is so weird. That is so weird. It's interesting seeing this stuff. It just seemed like they're people just like us. That's kind of sad, to be honest. Sleeps on top of his cage. Disposal tubes, emergency access only. Can't tell if he's cleaning himself or what, or weeping. Remember, work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. Ow. I figured I was supposed to drop down there. Oh, I guess right here would have just slid me down. Why can't I go down? I guess I can't climb down. Ow. So I'm guessing I'm on... Oh yeah, I'm on this level. So I got literally one more level beneath me, and I'm good to go. I should find the kids. From the tide to spine, the skin of a shroud, a stump of the blood. Old Lily is fly blown, old Lily is dead. Dreams of the jungle will flood through her head and light up her head. Very morbid stuff. And I thought I was morbid. Alright.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mandel.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer.
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
So he feels like the world has gone into some form. Humanity has kind of gone into like some kind of plague of some sorts. Like we are destroying the earth, and he feels like he has to find himself take it upon himself to fix it. Like he's doing the Earth a favor.
He's here! I said you'd come.
Now watch me come to find out that his kids have been dead this entire time and saw an illusion. These must be the bilge pumps. I am not at the heart of a saboteur's efforts. In order to keep his flood in place, he must have disabled those vast pumps. But he was clearly rushed. Thus far, he has left most of his work incomplete. His clumsy efforts reduced to the simplest switching off all he could find. If I could locate the controls, the remedy will be simple. Oh, wait. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures, no mine. My instincts have drawn me thus far, and I am sure somewhere in the dark, dank complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business. And yet, I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they are so very human, so very childlike. And I will not think of what I have seen, of the chairs and the cages, and I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. Well, you're part of the problem, man. It's easy not to think about it, you know, because when you live up above ground, you know, you don't think anything of it.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
I'm just curious to know if they even exist, or if they're even real. Because I feel like they're dead. Yeah, see? Oh shit, see that? I mean, it's not as scary. That wasn't really scary, that just kind of surprised me. So what are we gonna find? So what did I do? Stop. Ensure all the wheels are best for correct operation of pumps. Okay, I figured there was an opening over there. Main pump. Yes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I am trapped in some great game, forced to undertake endless Herculean labors for the promised reward of my darling children. Well, look, man, this is your trial. You've clearly done some wrong in your life, and this is your way of redeeming it. Oh. Get out of the water. God. Okay, there is something clearly in the water. There is clearly something in the fucking water. Some electric eels or... Okay, I can't go this one. It scared me though. That was actually pretty good. I'll give it that. That was actually good. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way, but let me check. Maybe I am. But I'm gonna go the other way first. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if this door's supposed to open. I guess not. See, I don't know if I'm supposed to go down here. Oh, maybe I am. Am I trapped? Oh, okay. Okay, so I genuinely was not meant to come down here. There was really nothing down here. Well, I mean, worth a try, you know? Worth a try. Okay. The flood is drained. I have prevailed. The saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in fervorous anticipation. How this machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent. The first descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on her wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. Okay. Information that was probably not needed. I don't know if I'm supposed to go through that way. Like, I really want to just go and make sure, but... It's all on now. So. Let's hope. Oh, yeah. I can't go that way. Where am I supposed to go? I mean, am I supposed to go this way? I mean, this is the only other way I could think. There's clearly something I'm missing here. Okay, I'm gonna go back down here. I'm clearly missing something. I don't know what exactly, but I can't go through the steam. Oh, that comes rolling back down. Oh yeah, I can't throw these out. Yeah. Yeah, it's clearly something I'm not getting. I mean, there's either got to be like a lever that I can pull that I'm not pulling, or like, I feel like one of these doors is supposed to open. And so the water's access is granted. But how do I get down there? Oh. I'm a dumbass. It's loud. I don't know if it's loud for y'all, but it's loud for me. Going from a loud environment to a quiet environment. Fuck chairs. Core system access. The children dancing. So this should be the last room. They pulled the child loose from the thresher, or at least what was left. More where that came from, said the foreman, apologizing for the inconvenience. That does not... That sounds so wrong, the way it's said. Alright. Curled into my bunk, all sick and sweat-ridden, they clean my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within that gentlest of stones. It sings to me in a dream of a giant machine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten ribcage to let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me as we rolled, sick and heaving, and I remember when we pulled into Southampton and we both wept, for it was every bit as much a desecration as it had been sung to me. And then we came to London, and I set it upon the mantelpiece and went into the house and gathered the servants and set on recrafting them, and then I went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons. And when they first said Daddy, my heart was melting, as if blood from frozen upon the ground were held to the sun to thaw and slope. They were inseparable, always together, one soul in two bodies, and my love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to their sleeping faces. I would kill. I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I have fought through dark tunnels, great engines, and valley beats. I have set my covenant and drained this flood, and I am come for you now, my darling boys. He really loves his kids. How do they end up all the way down here is beyond me. But I think they're dead. Stop. No unauthorized persons to enter this facility by order of management. Well, I am management.
And you came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and reset you and I on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
Oh yeah, I just read that earlier.
To spare them the world you have created for us all. And suddenly I talk. And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane. Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition? Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
Can't do this last one through. Danger. Compound X, highly flammable, highly corrosive, highly toxic. I guess I had to do it myself. Ugh. Now what happens? Oh, I guess I'm done here. Okay. Now to find the ignition controls and start the machine once more. Elated, I stride forth upon these catwalks. I'm coming, my darlings. I have almost saved you. Well,
Quickly, the air is thin. Your little faces turn blue, Mandus. They suffocate.
this guy's using his children as a weapon.
Daddy, Daddy!
Now, Mandus, set them free. Set them all free.
I can't do the other switch. Oh, I can't go up. Oh, there you go.
I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Boys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I knew they were dead. Mandus Saboteur, you can't come in. No, you can't come in. You must sleep in the yard, bad piggy. Dirty pig. Stinky, filthy animal. You bad child. You stinky child. You filth. Alright. I guess clearly I'm filth.
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just this, tiny cogwheels and clockwork, and intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotage in this body his machine, until those children of his soul turn in new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hand to the exposed wires, I ask myself, is redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die among my creations than to continue to live as a monster. Interesting. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice on the telephone was him. But what of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces and the innards of humanity fell from an orifice torn agape into my open, bifurcated heart.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Why do you ask, Manders? You know the answer well enough.
Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the large steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtered process may indeed vaporize at source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with just a shortened broom, our little explorers venture to the dark. Of course, we can only keep pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending their comrades, and afterwards scrape free the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex through the pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, and they feed them to the pigs. That is awful.
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you
Unholy bastard!
I think I'm going the right way.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this: can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
Oh, jeez. Sure, I'm blacking out a lot. There is a spoon of medicine, I say, and it's a silver spoon. What did you get born holding, even so painful for mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was in a little screaming red fist? Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get it all all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. The spoon was the same you gave your twins. Then you used it to dig a hole in their clockwork souls, and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you die next? I asked. You and your little silver spoon, made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what will I become? Alright, well, I'm gonna stop right here because I don't know how much more we got, but if there's not much left, I'll add it to this one. But if there's still more, then yeah, I'll keep going until finish, because I'm pretty sure it's close to the end of the game here. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.